Blacksit family, Blacksit family, Blacksit family. Firstly, let me say thank you so much for your kind donations, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you for sharing our videos. I can see that our subscriptions have gone up substantially in the last month or so, and I'd like to thank you all so very much for all your help and support. But today I come to you with a heavy heart, so I'm not smiling today because I'm not very happy today. Today I want to say enough is enough, and I've got some wonderful people with me today, and we're going to make a video to appeal to everybody in the Blacksit family and to everybody in the diaspora, and especially to our brothers and sisters on the continent that are considering going the back way. Now, what do I mean by the back way? The back way is a way in which many of our brothers and sisters on the continent pay people to get into dangerous boats or lorries, or go overland, or sometimes through the desert, so many different methods, but to leave the continent. And why are they doing this? They're doing this because of the beautiful images that are presented to them of Europe and America, and of this wonderful, glorious, glamorous life. Everybody thinks they're going to leave to become a Jay-Z or a Beyonce, and to have success. Not everybody can be Akon, but many are trying to leave just for that fact, thinking that that is the opportunities that might come to them. Although in this case I want to talk about a very sad situation. It's come to my attention today that 52 Gambians have died. The total number of people that have died has not been confirmed, but my suspicions from looking at the footage is that it's nearly over 300 people have perished at sea in an attempt to go the back way to find opportunities in the West. So many families today, why am I making this program today, is because many families are actually mourning their children here in the Gambia. I went to see a local friend in a local shop who I always buy from on a day-to-day basis, and I was told that 4 of his family members have perished at sea. And this really hit me, and I'm not sure if you remember seeing the interview that I did with Harona when I appealed.
A lot of people are dying on the high seas, in the deserts, trying to just get to a place like England or France or Italy or somewhere.
I got to say, when I read the stories, and I see the press, and I see the boats with children being washed up on the shores.
Harona Dramit on his daytime show, his talk show on Paradise TV, I appealed to people, please do not go the back way. The West is not what you think it is, and the pavements are not, they're not made with gold, and the life you think you're going to get is not the life you're going to receive. And I appeal to people not to go, but clearly my tears, my urge, and my appeal has fallen on deaf ears. So we're here today to talk to Rabba Rabba, who's on my left, Hadi, who's on my right. Rabba Rabba is a Gambian who has tried to go the back way unsuccessfully, thankfully. Hadi has had experience of people who have lost their lives going this way. Mello also, who's also our cameraman, has also experienced and known of people who have not returned. And of course Adrian is part of the Blacksit family, and we have our views from a diasporian perspective, which I think is important in terms of sharing our experiences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Hadi here, ladies first, and I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay. I mean, introduce yourself to the Blacksit family. Say, hey, I'm Hadi.
Hello, I'm Hadi.
Well, that's great. So, I mean, Hani, we're saddened today to hear about this. But when I spoke to you about it, you said to me that this is happening on a regular basis. Can I ask you, you know, what do you know about the back way? And do you know anyone who's gone the back way?
Yeah, I know a few people, my friends, but some of them die so bad. They have to cut them into pieces in this Arab land just to go and find something for themselves. But it is not easy with them there. Some of them stay there for 2 months, 3 months, they have to deport them back. When they come back, they're forced to go back again. They have to find the money to go back there, and when they go, they will not come back. We just have the photos that they are dead, but we cannot see their dead bodies. Up to today, their families cannot bury them. We don't know how they died. It's too sad.
Okay.
And the other boys, I was working with them, but it's too bad. I cannot see them again.
So, what, literally, they go on boats or?
Yes. Some, like the other boy that passed away last month, he went back to Freetown, and so one of our friends sent money for her to come back in Gambia. Then he used the money to go back. Unfortunately, he died in the desert.
He died in the desert?
In the desert, yes. Yeah.
So it's perilous. What's going on is perilous.
I don't know.
All right, so basically, I mean, that's a sad story. I mean, you said that people got cut up. I don't want to get too gory, but
Yes.
what do you mean people got cut up? And who got cut up? How? I don't understand.
They just, you know, sometimes when they go there, these Arab people, when they catch you, like 2 women sleeping in a room, they think you are lesbians. So when they catch you, they kill you in a bad way. Yes, they don't want to see woman and woman in one room. They don't want to see man to man in one room. If they catch you, you're gone.
Wow, and they're just sleeping together because they don't,
yes, they don't have place to
stay.
Yes. But if they catch you sleeping woman to woman inside room, no excuse.
Well, I never heard of this before.
Yes.
I've had like no idea about this. The back way, I've heard about it. I had a friend, Adrian and I, didn't we, Age?
Yes.
We had a friend who he got bombed in Libya, and we were totally stunned, weren't we? Even to know that we heard that he had left, but the next thing we heard is that he'd been bombed to death in Libya, where he was staying, to stay out of trouble, because obviously he was illegal in the country. Where he stowed away, unfortunately, the American government bombed that building. The military bombed the building, and he unfortunately became a casualty of that war. And so, you know, he was a beautiful Gambian brother, a really nice soul, and you know, it's something that we remembered. And also, other people that we know that have left, that we've never even heard back from, right?
Yeah.
We've not even heard back from them.
Okay.
Even for me, I feel it. I mean, you know, I'm usually like bubbly and happy, and as soon as I heard the news, I was just distraught. And then when I realised that, you know, Bamboo's lovely, man, and you know, for him to lose, you know, I mean, this is 4 family members, and then as I got speaking to his friend, you know, she said to me that, you know, another family, they lost 6 members. They lost 6 members of their family, and I mean, this is destroying families. This is ripping people apart. I mean, Rabba, introduce yourself to the Black Sea family, because you tried to go the back way, right?
Since
And you survived it.
Yeah. I am Usman Job. I'm known as Rabba, known as Benghazi, known as I'm a businessman. I feel sorry for this since happened about this bad way, you know, these people who pass away. I'm saying big sympathy to the family. The bad way, I went there since '96. I'm traveling to this bad way. I make 11 countries in Africa, and I see a lot of sufferness. The Sahara is killing, the sea is killing. So these people now, what can stop this death in this world? That's what we need. And what caused this death, we want to know. Because these people are going to Europe. They say, I'm going to Europe. What are they going to look for Europe? It is something lost them. They want to go and find it and bring it back. Bagway is very dangerous. I make 11 countries. I start my journey in Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Africa Coast, Niger, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau. And I start my journey with $1,000. The road is very critical. Many people, they die in the Sahara. Some people die in Libya through bombing. Some, they take them, they sell them to go and fight for the government or these rebel affairs. You know, the road is very dangerous. So these people, we are trying to see how we're going to stop this bad way and how people will stay in our country, in our countries. We struggle for ourselves, we get what we want. But there is another question also, these people, what are they going to look for Europe? It is something lost for them. Somebody steals something and take it to Europe, and now they want to go and collect that thing and bring it back to
They want reparations.
You see what I mean?
This is it.
Yeah.
They want reparations.
So this is not, it's a blood going on. I don't know where it came from, but there's something they are going to find there. So what we are saying now, the world, let them try and see what to do for the Africans, for them to stay in their country and stay there and work there, stopping this bad way, going to bad way. Look at these 50-something people who died in the
52 people. I mean, let me just say, firstly, you know, my condolences to all of those families and every single family across the continent that has lost a loved one. My heart, literally cries for you. I feel, I have to address this. I cannot be, have a conscience and not address this. I have a conscience. I have a heart. I mean, Adrian, we were talking about, I'm just going to bring in Adrian now, because we were talking about this, because we were saying that we wanted to recruit an intern, and we're saying enough is enough. And that we feel that us in the diaspora, when we come back, we have a responsibility to also help the communities, to create opportunities, to create employment, and to work in harmony with those communities that we repatriate to, regardless of whether it's Gambia or Rwanda or Tanzania, regardless of wherever it is, or Ghana. And, we're here fighting for citizenship as well, because part of it is because we need to also be a part of the fabric of that society. And that's when you'll see a lot of inward investment flowing. So it has to be a partnership of us working with the communities that we work with, but we also need to be a part of that community. And then you will see inward investment. I mean, Adrian, 52 Gambians died at sea, yeah? Multiple funerals happening up and down Gambia today. Yeah, enough is enough. What is your view? No more back ways, Mike, is what I think. No more back ways.
No more back ways.
Greetings, Black Sea family. As you know, today is a sad occasion, but it is great for us to hear the voice of the Gambians, because many of them have lost families, friends, with people trying to go to Europe, just for them to feel they will find a way of better in their lives, And we, from the diaspora, we're listening to what they are saying, and I do want to encourage more people from the diaspora to reach out here to your brothers and sisters. We could come back here, we could invest, we could create jobs, we could create opportunities for them here. I've been living here for a while now, and I see the skills of the people, and they're so skillful, and it's a shame that they have to be losing their life going to Europe, a place that don't welcome us. Even though we're the ones there, even have citizenship, like my wife that was born there, we still don't even feel welcome there. So imagine that people are coming into their country the back way, more or less illegal. How do you think they're going to be treating them? So what we have to do now as people from the diaspora as well is to work and have solutions. Solutions are how we're going to create infrastructure here in Africa to keep our brothers and sisters on this beautiful continent. When we met Rabba, he had a great story to tell, and he's appealing. He exhausts every revenue to try and get funding for him to get his story out about his dreadful journey trying to get into Europe the back way. Fortunately for him, he returned back and he didn't get caught up. Because perhaps he could have lost his life. and now he has children, you know. So if anyone out there watching this program, I would like to help Rabba get his story out there. You know, sometimes just small donations from everyone could give him that little collective that he wants so that he could get his story out. And perhaps if more people like Rabba come forward, it will stop some of these deaths, you know, because they could actually tell people what's happening, what you expect, because some people might not know what they expect on this journey, you know, and the best way to understand your road ahead is to ask those coming back, because then they have experienced it and they have seen it. And it don't work losing lives. I mean, our neighbor here, you know, we got his shot every day, we talk, we laugh, we're happy, but today is mourning, because he lost 4 family members, you know, and I mean, let's put ourselves in their position. You know, and just imagine that these people trying to go to Europe to better their life. And Europe, they're the ones that I'm blaming for this.
Yeah.
Yeah? The damage that they've done to Africa over the years. And they're still not thinking about even trying to make repairs. You understand? And that is why I'm saying to my African brothers and sisters here, you all have to stand up and fight for reparations. It's your right to fight for reparations. We're not begging the West nothing. You understand? But we need to get back reparations. Even our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, our brothers and sisters in America, Europe, everywhere, slavery affects all of our lives. Yeah. All of us have a story to tell. And what the Europeans doing, they see all of these things happening and they don't care. They literally don't care. You know? Because yes, they could fund some of the programs here in Africa to stop people losing their life to get to Europe. And the worst thing, when they do get to Europe, they don't treat them with no respect there. No respect. You know, and I wish that my brothers and sisters don't have to risk their life going there, because it's not no paradise there. You know, they try to make out this paradise, but don't be fooled. It's no paradise in the West for black people. None whatsoever. You know, we're all over there, we're trying our best there, but we're not welcome. You know, it's just an illusion they're giving of inclusion. You know, but my brothers and sisters, I want you all to seriously consider coming here and invest in Africa. You know, let's stop this backward. Let's stop our brothers and sisters in losing their life to go to Europe and America. Let's stop it. There's nothing there for them. You know? And I mean, the reason why we bring them here is because I want these young people, other young people to see that they're here. You know? They're working with us. So some of us here is providing employment for them. And I want more people from the diaspora to do that. Yeah. You understand? And I will say this, 40 years ago to now, we have so many more millionaires as black people. You understand? We got to put it back here. You know? The same way our ancestors died against the will going to the West. These brothers, they're doing it now, and it's just that they think they're doing it from a free will. But it's the West and the damage that they do to Africa that causing them. It's like slavery all over again. Yeah. You understand? They need to bring back some of the pie they take from here. You understand? The evil. You know? How could any government in the West sit down and say Africans losing their life to come there when they could simply start paying back reparations to the continent that they have destroyed over the years? People, you know? And they should really try the best and look at the impact that they had on Africa over all these years. You know? All those blood at sea, people have lost their life going the back way. I put this blood on the West. It's on their shoulders. They stole from Africa. And I have no intention of giving back, and I keep coming and taking, and taking, and taking. You know, the well is running empty now for them. So with the black people in diaspora, please, let's come back here. You know, create jobs, create opportunity for our brothers and sisters. There are many of us over there that are millionaires now. You know, and some of us really need to come back here and invest back into Africa. You know, I would like to just give a minute silence for those who have lost their life, and to the families here that mourning the loss of their loved ones. It's important we just give a minute silence for them in respect. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I mean, you know, I applaud you for saying that because, you know, what you said is powerful.
Yeah.
And there are philanthropists everywhere. But how far is that philanthropy reaching? And, you know, what are the agendas behind their philanthropy? Because philanthropy is needed here in the continent. And there are very wealthy Africans here on the continent. And the thing is, if the whole of Africa could agree that it's time in order for us to collect our reparations, our reparatory justice, all of our collective compensation, resource-wise, financial-wise, social-wise, how can we even get some of those things back? I've lost my identity, I've lost my language, I've lost my family, I've lost my legacy, I've lost my culture. I've lost everything. I'm coming here because I feel like this is home, but, you know, it's only what I feel. And to know that we're running away from hostility, we're running away from racism, we're running away from the dump. And I'm going to say it again. Stop going the back way to go to England and Europe. It's a dump for you. It's a dump for you. When you're going there, you're not going to be living in Buckingham Palace. You're not going to be living the high life. It's not what you think it is. There are so many homeless people. There are so many destitute people. There are so many people living on food banks and handouts and clothes from charity shops and sleeping on the street in the cold and dying of hypothermia. If you don't believe me, go on Google and look at how many homeless people are dying in the cold. Look at how many homeless people are making suicide pacts. The back way is a suicide pact. Mothers, fathers, I'm appealing to you. Don't sell your land. Don't sell your cattle. Don't sell your children into this horrible suicide death pact. Don't do it, because your conscience will never live, knowing that you sent your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter to their death. To their death. How many people actually really get through? How many people actually live the life without getting deported and coming back with nothing, only to face absolute disgrace by those same family, humiliation by those families? How many people have to go the back way and then go and work on someone else's national insurance number and adopt an identity that isn't even theirs? And they have to run from job to job, and then live on the street and be homeless, or become a drug mule, or become, some kind of a prostitute. Why? Why? What, you think it's great to go and all live 8 of you huddled in one little flat? 6 bunk beds in one room, sharing one bag of rice that has to feed everybody? You think it's right nice? 16 people sharing one toilet? You think it's nice being used and abused? You think it's nice to face racism and hostility? You think it's nice? You think it's nice having to work nearly 24 hours a day just to send money back for your family? Where your health is deteriorating, where your life is deteriorating, where you're living in the cold, where you can't even afford to eat or heat yourself properly or wear clothes. For those of you that go on student visas and those of you that have families that can afford to take them, yes, that is a different story, but the back way is no easy journey. It's a death trap, and I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you, I am pleading with you all, please do not make this decision. The money that you're taking, £5,000 you're paying to go into a boat that's going to capsize, you're going to drown. You're going to sit there and watch your children drown, watch your husband drown, watch your wife drown, watch your children die in the sea, watch them die of dehydration in the desert. Watch them suffocate in the back of lorries. Why? Why? I'm sorry, but I can't contain my emotions because enough is enough is enough is enough is enough. How many more of us have to die?
Many.
Yeah? And this is because why? Let's really look at the real enemy. Let's face the real enemy. The real enemy here is the colonial and neo-colonial enslavement that is happening still today on the continent. The payments that you're still making to these colonial powers, because that's what they are. They're the power to take and to steal and to rob. And you know what? This is not right. And we have to stop doing it. Enough is enough. We want our reparations. We want our taxes back. We want our resources back. We want our land back. And this needs to stop. I've got one last thing to ask everybody, and then this is it for today, because I want to put this straight out. In a respect to the families that have lost so many of their wonderful loved ones.